Hi there, this is my review of the SunPak DF3600U TTL flash. This particular unit is compatible with both Nikon and Canon digital cameras. Now, what is TTL? TTL means through the lens, and what that means is that the flash will take a reading at the scenery that you're looking at, and it's gonna pick up information, take that information and send it to your camera so they can communicate with each other, and that way the camera can set up proper exposure and flash power to get a nicely exposed photo. Now, one of the things that makes this particular unit really good is a combination of price and performance. I picked up this one at Walmart for around $17. It was clearance. I don't remember exactly the original price. I think it might have been maybe $50 or $60, but I was really happy that I got it because I was in need of a TTL flash, but I was on a budget, so it was nice finding this one. Now, one of the advantages that this particular flash has over other units of around the same price range is that this one actually has a screen on the back right here, as you can see, and that's really useful because if you go online, you're gonna notice that there's a bunch of flashes out there that don't have a screen on the back. So you basically just press buttons without knowing exactly what you're doing because you don't see any changes in real time on the flash. You just press a button and kind of hope that's for the best. But in this quick review, we're gonna get into it so that I can give you guys an idea how it performs and some of the special features that come with the flash. So stay tuned. One of my favorite things about this particular flash, like I told you guys prior, is the LCD on the back. It's really useful. Now let's turn on the flash so that you see how it works. This is the on button. You have to press it and hold it for maybe about a second and a half. It charges and now it's good to go. Here you have the mode button function, and this is to test out the flash. Let's see if you can see it. Not sure if you, there you go. Okay, so right now the flash is in TTL mode, and this right here, I don't know if you guys can see it, where it says 35 millimeters, that is the zoom flash. It's currently on, and what that means is that if you zoom in or out, the flash is actually going to detect the zooming on your field of view, and it's going to adjust so it will know how much power to use to shoot. At the moment it's set to 35 millimeters because I was using my 35 millimeter prime earlier, so that was a focal length it was set onto the flash. But it can go all the way from, I believe, 28 millimeters up to 180 millimeters. You can also turn off the zoom function, but I actually like having it. It's quite useful. This button on top right here is to turn on the LCD. As you can see, that way if it's dark outside, you can see a lot better. There you go. Here's for mode, so that's in manual mode, as you can see right there. That's multi, that's in case you want to control multiple flashes at the same time. And TTL, which is basically auto. I usually keep it always on TTL. That one is iTTL, which is the Nikon for Nikon, but you can also use it on eTTL in case you do have a Canon camera. Some of the other features that come with the flash are quite nice. For example, the head, you can tilt and pan it, so as you can see, you can go all the way 180 degrees on it, And part of the reason why this is really useful is because sometimes you might want to take a photo and you don't want to shoot the flash directly at the person. So what you do is you either aim the flash up and bounce it off of the ceiling, depending on the ceiling you have, or you tilt it back and bounce it off the wall behind you, and that way you don't have to shoot right on the person's faces. Now, another thing that's pretty cool is that if you're using the flash on TTL mode, okay, so let's say you're using the flash on TTL mode. Let me get it there. Sorry. Okay, and let's say maybe the photo came out a bit too bright, you're not a big fan, or maybe even a bit too dark. One thing you can do is increase the exposure a little bit. So you can do all the way up to 3 plus or minus exposure. So that comes really in handy because that way you can shoot exactly the way you want it and not just let the flash do the work for you. Because sometimes you can be picky, like most things. Another thing that's really awesome about the flash is, in case you have a camera that has a decent burst mode, you can actually shoot up to, I believe, 5 frames per second using the flash, which is pretty awesome, especially again for a price of for a flash of this price. I attached it onto my Nikon D3600, and the flash was able to keep up with the camera pretty well. I was actually very impressed by it. One feature I almost forgot to mention is the slave feature. So what it does is that you can take the flash, you can mount it on either on a tripod or use a base like this one so that you can put the flash elsewhere. And whenever the built-in flash on your camera fires, or even a secondary TTL flash, the unit is going to see the flash happens and it will trigger a secondary flash here. And that way you're gonna have another light source other than, again, the main flash on your camera, the built-in one, or whatever other flash units you're using at the time when shooting. My final thoughts: personally, I think it's a really good flash, especially based on how much you pay for it. I mean, let's face it, we're not gonna compare it to an Nikon Speedlight. That being said, the performance, it's just amazing. I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever, especially again given how much I pay for it. Battery life seems decent. I believe I've taken maybe 90 flashes with it so far. I did receive a warning earlier today, and ever since I'm pretty sure I've taken at least 20-30 more flashes, and it's still running perfectly fine. I haven't had any issues whatsoever. The unit itself is decently built, so don't believe that just because you're buying something that's kind of cheap price-wise, it's gonna be, a piece of junk. It's actually very nice. I do think that anybody who's in need of a speedlight, definitely give this one a try. Now, anybody out there who might be a professional, you might want to get something like that better. But for amateur photographers like myself, this particular flash gets the job done. I've taken really, really nice photos with it so far, and I couldn't be happier, So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Take care. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll try to reply back as soon as possible. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.